Hey everyone, how are you? So let me open up my Facebook here so I can see you all, maybe. So today I am going to be doing our very first Wellness Wednesday workshop. So I'm planning on doing, so I'm trying to find my Facebook group here. I'm planning on doing a Wellness Wednesday workshop every Wednesday, starting today, for a little while now, depending on what your interest is and what types of things that you want to learn about. So I'm going to introduce a topic each week, and I brought my little cup of tea here to enjoy. And I'm going to be doing it during lunchtime, so 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So depending on where you're at, I'll be online and ready to teach. So today I'm going to be talking about hormone balance and specifically about estrogen dominance and low levels of estrogen and how they affect your weight and some things that you can do to help to correct it. So after I do that, I'll open up for some questions if anybody's on live. And even if you're watching the replay, I'd also like to invite you to ask your questions below. This is also a Q&A session. So I'm here, I'm ready, I'm available, and I'm ready to go. So welcome everybody. My name is Cynthia Ray. I'm a registered dietitian and fitness specialist. I also have a master's degree in public health. I am the creator of the Well Within Lifestyle Academy wellness program, and also have a private practice. I counsel anybody who needs it with one-on-one counseling. I've been doing that for about 20 years, and I am absolutely passionate about helping women between 40 and 65 to break through weight loss plateaus without dieting and how to live out longevity and a wellness lifestyle. So that is my expertise and my joy to teach. So today I'm going to be talking to you about hormone balance. So let's start. There's actually several things to talk about, and I did my best to kind of narrow down my notes, but I have a ton of notes and research that I did. So maybe I'll share some today, and then I can share a little bit more tomorrow. Actually, first, before I dive in, if you haven't seen it yet, I did a little video this morning in our group as well as on YouTube about how to handle Thanksgiving and some really cool tips on that. So check that out when you get a sec. Anyway, okay, so we have let's talk about first estrogen dominance. So I talked about that a little bit on the weekend, and I know I talked about diet and how to increase your intake of cruciferous vegetables, which are like the broccoli family, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, things like that. Are within the cruciferous family, which actually help to regulate estrogen levels, which is super cool. So, what you want to do though, as far as exercise, is you want to make sure that you are not stressing your body as much as you can. Avoid it, because actually one of the biggest triggers for increasing estrogen levels is stress. And the way that works is when your body is stressed, you produce fight or flight hormones or cortisol, which actually inhibits carbohydrate metabolism. So basically, what that means is when you're eating food and your cortisol levels are high, whether when you're eating carbohydrate specific food, like whether it's apples or some kind of fruit, or if you're eating something that is actually sugary, if you're eating some wheat or some tortillas or pasta, rice, potatoes, what have you, when your body's stressed, insulin, which acts to bring the carbohydrates into your bloodstream for energy, when you're stressed out, your insulin, that hormone insulin, is actually stressed out too, and it's overproduced. And over time, what you'll find is that because of insulin resistance, it's not working like it should to bring that carbohydrate into your bloodstream for energy. You actually get insulin resistance, which turns out to increase the storage of fat in your hips and thighs and abdomen. So just to give you an idea, so if you can avoid stress in your life or limit it or know how to manage it, that's going to be one of your best keys to balancing out your hormones and bringing estrogen down. So estrogen, when it's high, what happens is a lot of people end up breaking out with adult acne, or they end up having irregular cycles or erratic cycles or really heavy flow, or just when they're just kind of off. They also end up with sudden weight gain. And all of a sudden they're like, why am I gaining weight all of a sudden in my hips and thighs, mainly and sometimes in your abdomen? And you wonder, like, I'm not doing anything different with my diet. I'm exercising, I'm eating pretty clean, but still I just can't drop the weight. So usually that's because of estrogen dominance, if your estrogen levels are high. And estrogen levels get high, like I said, because of extra stress. If somebody is overweight already, estrogen levels are going to be a little bit higher than normal because estrogen is stored in fat cells. And the higher your estrogen is, it's going to signal your body to produce more fat cells, and the cycle continues and it keeps your estrogen levels high. So you really want to make sure that you're managing your stress through daily meditation, deep breathing, learning how to put things into perspective, and making sure that you are not chronically stressed out. So another factor too for decreasing estrogen levels is exercise. So many times, so many women tell me that they just don't want to do any strength training, or they want to, but they just don't do it. And strength training is actually key to balancing out hormone levels. And some high intensity interval training, maybe once or twice a week, because that can actually stress out the body a little bit more. If your cortisol levels are already high because you're stressed, adding more stress to it in high intensity exercise is actually more harmful as far as elevating cortisol levels even more and increasing body fat and estrogen levels. So you want to make sure that you are doing things like yoga, stretching, strength training for your whole body. You want to make sure that you're also yoga, stretching, and doing HIIT training maybe 1 to 2 times per week, which HIIT training is high intensity interval training. So that refers to cardio usually, where you're getting your heart rate up for about 30 seconds and then bringing it back down for about 30 seconds and going through intervals of up and down for about 20 to 30 minutes with a warm up and a cool down before and after. So you really want to make sure that if you're doing things like that, that you limit your high intensity exercise, so that way you keep stress levels at bay and avoid getting those cortisol levels back up. So, which makes sense, right? I mean, if you're living out a wellness lifestyle, it's always good to keep stress levels down and know how to manage it. Eat healthy, eat whole foods. And the other thing too is you really want to avoid toxins in your diet, or in your environment, or ingesting certain medications that have a lot of toxins, or putting lotions or creams on your skin, or brushing your teeth, because those ones go directly into your bloodstream and they don't get filtered by your liver. So they end up getting stored as toxins in your fat cells. And there's some toxins out there that are actually called xenoestrogens that mimic estrogen, and they actually increase levels in your body. So if your estrogen levels are already high, you want to avoid certain chemicals that will elevate your estrogen levels. So like I told you guys over the weekend, if you look at the EWG app for clean food and clean living, you can go to the store and you can click on it and it'll scan the barcode and tell you whether or not it's a clean product. So you want to look for chemicals that are xenoestrogens and avoid those. So you also want to avoid soy-based foods like edamame. Soybeans is edamame. You want to avoid tofu, and you can have fermented soy products like what's it called? Tempeh and soy sauce, things like that are fermented and won't have as much of an effect on you. And also avoiding soy milk. So that is for elevated estrogen levels. And when you have elevated estrogen levels, that actually puts you at much higher risk for breast cancer. So keeping those levels down, eating a whole food diet, and limiting the amount of sugar that you eat, getting in plenty of healthy exercise, and knowing how to manage your stress are all keys to keeping those levels down. Okay, and now let's talk about low estrogen. So low estrogen, the opposite, usually occurs during menopause. So that's when levels of estrogen are getting depleted, and you really want to make sure that you are pretty much doing the same things as you would be doing with estrogen dominance. So of course you want to eat a whole food diet, lots of whole foods, plants and veggies and fruits. You want to also make sure that you can actually, on this one, since it's lower, you can eat foods that are higher in phytoestrogens or plant estrogens in order to help to bring estrogen levels back up. And actually, you know what I was finding out in research is that women in Japan don't experience hot flashes, or they really don't experience menopausal symptoms. And the reason why they found that is because their diet is high in phytoestrogens. They eat soybeans and soy-based products, and those soy-based products or natural, plant products are actually keeping their estrogen levels more elevated than a traditional American diet. So there is controversy, though. I've go back and forth. When I was in college, like 20 years ago now, I did a research paper on soy products and estrogen. And back then it was a really great thing, but now they're finding that it's not as, then more recently they were finding that it wasn't as great as it was. It's actually causing thyroid problems. And then I was just doing some research the other day and found that they're again recommending phytoestrogens or plant estrogen foods to help alleviate menopause symptoms. So I don't know. Anyway, but that's the latest research that I know some people will take supplemental soy-based products in a supplement or capsule form, which is fine if that works for you and your doctor recommends it, and you're feeling much better. Go for it. So it really depends on how you're feeling. I just know that if you're at higher risk for thyroid conditions like Hashimoto's or just elevated thyroid or depleted thyroid levels, I wouldn't really recommend having soy products, because that usually does kind of mess them up a little bit. But again, talk to your doctor about it. I'm not your doctor. I am a medical professional, but I'm not your doctor. So ask them if you need a little bit more clarity on that. Okay. Again, too, with depleted estrogen levels, you also want to increase your exercise, especially strength training. And it really makes a difference when those muscles are stronger, your bones are stronger, and your hormones are happy. So just, honestly, after I'm just saying all this, it just comes down to living out a healthy lifestyle and being intentional about getting in your regular exercise. So for either estrogen, either dominance or depleted estrogen levels. What else here? Let's see if I'm missing anything in my notes. Oh, yes. So for lower estrogen levels, you also want to make sure to have plenty of water in your daily diet. You want to make sure that you're getting all that you need, plus more, and with exercise, because it really helps to balance out or bring up estrogen levels. Let's see. You also want to make sure that you're decreasing your sugar intake and carbohydrate intake, so that way you keep your insulin healthy, and that those fat cells aren't storing more toxins, and cortisol isn't reacting with insulin, and you're be able to keep your weight down and also reduce the incidence of abdominal fat and hip fat and thigh fat. So yeah, so those are the main things. I feel like there's more, but that's just really it. So again, whole food diet, plenty of exercise. You want to make sure to keep your stress levels down, increase those levels of cruciferous vegetables in your diet. And like over the weekend, I talked about a great supplement that I use that has broccoli seed extract in it that helps to balance out estrogen levels. So if you feel like you have all of a sudden had some unexpected weight gain, it most likely is because your estrogen levels are elevated. And if you feel like you're really fatigued or experiencing hot flashes, your cycles are erratic or no longer happening, you're most likely in menopause or premenopause, and that's because your estrogen levels are depleted. So I will put in the comments section a couple of little infographics that give you some tips on what to do to decrease estrogen levels and also increase them if they are low. So again, talk to your doctor if you would like to get tested for your hormone levels, and you can use some of these tips to help you out. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Leave your questions in the comments section, And I'm happy to help you. And I will see you next Wednesday. Oh, one more thing before I forget. So guess what? I know if you've seen it yet, but I'm super excited. I'm going to be doing my very first Black Friday sale event with my business, Well Within Nutrition, and I can't wait to share it with you. So here it is. So if you have not done it before, if you haven't heard of it, or if you have heard of it, like I said at the beginning, I am the creator of the Well Within Lifestyle Academy program, which is a non-diet approach to weight loss for women between 40 and 65. So if you've done all the diets and all of a sudden they're not working anymore and you're just tired of gaining weight, and not being able to take it off, then this program is created exactly for you. So the idea here, the reason why my program is different is because it addresses mindset and addresses behavior and addresses you as a whole person and helps you to break through any self-sabotage that you might have been engaging in when you're dieting again. And I am here to help you through that. It's a 9-module self-paced course that I coach you through each day. It has an audio lesson from mindset shifting modules and general nutrition, how to break through weight loss plateaus, how to balance your hormones, and helps you to lose weight for the long haul. So that way you have an amazing life as you grow and get older. You can enjoy your grandchildren. You have lots of vitality and an amazing quality of life. And instead of being one of those older women who's kind of walking around in a walker or a wheelchair, wouldn't it be awesome to just see yourself going for walks with girlfriends, going for hikes with your spouse and grandkids, playing on the beach, and just living your life and traveling and enjoying life to its fullest? And that's what I want, and my hope is for you when going through this academy. So for the Black Friday sale, I am offering a 25% off discount on this amazing life-changing program. And all you have to do is enter the code 25 off. I'll put it on the comment section as well. And I hope you can join me. We're going to be starting up in January with a new group and starting out the new year right with we're learning how to lose weight and increase your wellness for the long haul. So anyway, I'm excited about that, and use that coupon code 25 off to get your 25% discount, and I'll be waiting for you. It also includes a little bonus, which is going to be you're going to get one 90-minute one-on-one assessment nutrition session with me. Whether you live in the area or not, it's okay. We can do it via Zoom. I meet clients on Zoom all the time. Or we can do it one-on-one wherever you are in my area in North Idaho, and we can meet up. So I'm happy to help. I'm excited. There's lots of great bonuses in this program, and click on the link in the comment section and get all the details about what it's all about. It also includes a private Facebook group that I'm in and I coach and answer your questions whenever you have them. I also do a monthly call to answer your questions while you're going through the academy. So there's plenty of support. It's an amazing product. It's my baby. I just poured my heart and soul into it, and all the things that I learned in treating clients in my private practice for the past 20 years, and also through my own eating disorders recovery and learning how to rebuild and sustain my relationship with food for longevity and just overall wellness. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Remember to check out that Thanksgiving video that I was telling you telling you guys about in the beginning, about how to handle the holidays, and enjoy your Thanksgiving. All right, talk to you soon. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.